This isn't your regular baked pasta. This one's creamy, cheesy, and totally irresistible. Welcome back to my channel, Naked Fusion. Today we're making Paccheri baked pasta, rich, cheesy, and packed with layers of flavor. It's that perfect comfort meal you want on repeat. And if you love cheese, you would love this particular recipe. Let's bake up something unforgettable. Our star ingredient is Paccheri pasta. It's a tube-like pasta, and to enjoy this pasta we're going to fill it with a sauce and we're going to bake this. Just follow this video. It's going to be a video that I fast forward, but just pay attention and watch to the end. Then we have beef and some canned mushrooms. I'll be using some peppers, tomato, garlic, onions. I'll be using some carrots and onions for our beef. I'll be using tomato paste, and I'll be using some herbs. Yes, I'll be using some herbs. You understand why I'm showing you that later in the video. I'll be using some milk, liquid milk, and I'll be using some cheese, that's mozzarella cheese. I'll be using a red wine, and we'll be using some butter as well as some celery oil. So that's our ingredient for our Paccheri pasta, baked Paccheri pasta. The first thing we're going to do is to make a bechamel sauce. It's one of the French mother sauces, and that's just a combination of milk with a roux, which I will explain what the roux is, and then you mix them together. There are different variations to that, but I wouldn't get into that. So today we're just making a medium bechamel sauce, and I've added a slice of onions, a tea bag, and bay leaf, and I'm going to allow that steam. Then this is the roux. A roux is a combination of fat and flour together, and it serves as a thickener. So once this butter has melted, I'm going to add that steamed milk to it, and then I'm going to stir until it thickens up like this. And now this is exact consistency I'm looking for, and then I'm going to add some peppers and some salt just to season it. If you want the recipe, you can let me know in the comment section and I will drop that for you. So once that is cooked, we're going to continue stirring so that it doesn't burn, and then once it's cooked, I'm going to strain that just in case there is any lump or anything that wouldn't make it velvety. I'm straining that out, and then once I've strained that out, I'm going to cover that bechamel with a cling wrap, and you make sure that the cling wrap touches the surface of the bechamel, because if not, it will gray skin. Next thing we're doing is we're going to blend our tomatoes, our pepper and onions and garlic, and then we're going to go straight into making our ragu. So I have put butter, celery oil, and our duxelle of mushrooms, onions, carrots. I'm going to stir that up together and allow that to fry for a bit. To that, I'll be adding the celery leaves. I've frozen them, so we'll just add that in. What I'm trying to do is to see if I can get the flavor of a meal poa, which consists of onions, your celery stalk, carrots, and leek. Yes, but I do not have leek, so I'm just making use of what I have, and I'm just trying to build flavor in this. So to that, I've added some thyme, some rosemary, some oregano, and I've added some salt. Stir this up together, and I'm going to cook this. For this particular dish, we're not using any seasoning, just salt. We're keeping this very, very, very natural. Once that have fried up for a bit, we're going to add in our meat. I have used a mortar to pound my meat. I do not have a food processor, but if you have a food processor, you can use your food processor, or if you want to purchase store-bought minced meat, you can do that. But I decided to use a mortar and pestle to pound my meat, and I'm going to mash my meat into this sauce. I need to mash it so that it's small in size. If you leave them, they become a lump. So mash that up properly. But if you already bought a minced meat, we don't have to do that process. So I allow that to fry up for a bit, and then I'm adding my tomato paste. I'm using the full sachet of tomato paste, and I'm going to mix that together. Allow that to fry for a bit. So we want to cook out the sweetness of the tomato. So we'll fry that just for a bit, and then we'll add our fresh tomato paste, the one we blended. Yes, add that in, incorporate it together, keep stirring. To that, I'm also going to add more butter. You can see there's not much oil in it, but there's a reason why it might look like it's much butter at the end, but you would understand why we need enough of this, because we're going to be adding pasta and it's going to absorb all these things. So once you put in your butter, more salt, taste as you go, mix together so that your food doesn't get burnt. I'm adding more thyme, more oregano, and more rosemary to the sauce. I'm not using any curry powder. This is a ragu. I'm just keeping it, different from Nigerian flavored stews. It's a bit different. So you stir this up together and allow that to fry for a bit. After some time of frying, I'm going to add in my wine. Yes, be generous with your wine. Pour the wine in and allow that to simmer. While that is simmering, we're going to parboil our Paccheri pasta. So what we want is, you see, it's not too soft, it's still firm. Our ragu has simmered enough, and this is what it should be looking like after you're done cooking. So I have already prepared a mold, or a pan rather. I used a springform pan, and you can use a casserole dish if you don't have a springform pan. And then you're going to begin to layer this, as you can see me doing in the video. So I have put in some ragu down, and I'm just going to put in our Paccheri pasta like this. Make sure that it is tight, like all the whole spaces, make sure it is packed tight. So to that, I'm going to start layering with more ragu, more bechamel. So while you do this, you have to tap your pan on the surface of the table and then create space for the bechamel. There is another pasta we make like this, lasagna. So yeah, this is where the whole idea came from. And this tube pasta has a hole, so I added more wine to that and water. Yes, so that's the pasta can cook. And I've put that into my Ninja, and I've put it to bake. And this is what it looks like after baking. I've sliced my cheese, I've grated it, and I've just put it on top, and I'm just going to allow that to caramelize. Now this is what it's looking like. So this is the whole process to our Paccheri baked pasta. I've taken that out, and I'm about to unmold this after I've allowed it to cool down for some time, and this is what it looks like from the side. So we're just going to cut a slice out and see what it looks like. Yeah, that is what it looks like. Our Paccheri pasta is ready. I don't know how many of you will be trying this. If you do not have Paccheri pasta, you can try this with some other form of pasta. Yeah, thank you for watching, guys. As always, if you haven't subscribed, do not forget to hit the subscribe button. Till next time, keep exploring. Bye.